Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Sergio Martinez at the middleweight limit, 160 pounds. He stands 5'8" tall, and his southpaw stance should cause a lot of problems. And facing him, it's Edgar Berlanga with an identical height and reach of 185 centimeters.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
They call him the Marvel, Sergio Martinez. This future Hall of Famer who fights out of Buenos Aires, Argentina, has traveled the world over to ply his trade. It's Edgar Berlanga, one of the most electrifying men in all of boxing with the kill or be killed style.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, here is a unified and sensational middleweight champion of the world, Sergio Maravilla Martinez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from San Juan, Puerto Rico, the outstanding knockout artist known as the Chosen One, Edgar Berlanga.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
So, all the talking's done. Now, let's get down to action.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Nice job by him to block that jab. How did he absorb that hook? Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
How about that time counter shot? And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with the right hook. That jab doesn't score. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher there.
Whoa, Johnny! Sergio Martinez is rocked! Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. The jab not finding its target. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Big exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Time winding down as we get set for another round. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
They've got to be very wary. If you're in with a slugger, they will fight all night for fun. They'll stay in your face. They are naturally tough and strong and aggressive.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. His stamina is off the charts. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? There's a counter shot. Shot. Miss with that jab. Caution being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Stamina is off the charts. A perfect counter lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action. Let's get it started in round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to fight it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Is he going to punch himself out, though? Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
And he misses with that jab. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Incredible work rate. And that hook misses. Nice counter shot. Just misses with that uppercut. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Martinez in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go to the fourth round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a body shot, and that one looked like it hurt. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. And he misses with that straight left. They threw the hook, it didn't land. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. On to the 5th we go. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Punch, counter punch. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap.
The Argentine, Martinez, is down.
We've seen many shots like that. A simple short shot. Put the fighter down.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
Just missing with the right uppercut. His stamina is off the charts. Couldn't land that jab. He threw up final 10 seconds here. Unless we get some late drama, I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. On to the 6th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. The jab doesn't quite connect. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the straight left. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Time winding down as we get set for another round. Here we go, it's round 7. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. Good counter punching. Got caught with a left uppercut, and now he is rocked. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Can't land that jab. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That hook just can't find the target. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. And we enter the 8th round. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. A lot of effort being exerted here. Counter punch caught him clean. Just missed with that hook. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see 2 boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Catch and shoot. They've got down goes Sergio Martinez.
Oh, no, come on, get up. Get up, it can't be over.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.